Hey guys, it's Banks from the Gaming Tree here. I'm showing you guys how to get 100% in Myst. This is a puzzle game, and we're going to simply get this through. I'm on my friend's account to show you how to do this. This game is sort of like the Talos Principle, which is just simply walking around and trying to gather stuff. When we get through this, when we're going to start a new game, there's going to be two sort of things we're going to be doing. At the end, I'm going to be doing a showing the speedrun, which I completed. And I did this all on Xbox. It is easier on PC when you do the speedrun. Everything else you could easily do on Xbox, but unless you know what you're doing, you have it quickly run. It should be very easy. The classic, we're going to do randomized, because that's where you're going to get all the achievements. Classic is where everything is all one solution, and we're going to use that for the speedrun. So right when we get started, we're going to hit random, and we're going to have our little animation, which is going to be dialogue. I'll let this go through.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Once you get once the book flies up, just instantly walk towards it using a left thumbstick. Hit A to interact, and hit A in the picture, and it's going to take you to the Myst Island. The way you can play through this, you can walk by clicking the left thumbstick, and you can enable walking or running. And basically when you get here, what you want to do is go into the settings, but I'll show that later on. But simply as this walk forward, you just want to put on the dialogue thing. You want to put gameplay dialogue and just regular dialogue if you want to, but just mostly gameplay dialogue, so it will just help you do it. So to enable, you just enable running. We're going to enable the switch right in front of us, right next to the staircase. Make your way up, go right, and go up these type of staircase, and there should be a gear right in front of us. Enable this switch that's on the right side of the gear, turn back around. And I apologize if there's like a little slight frame drop. I'm doing a new resolution. Let's see stuff. Right when you come up here, you're going to come up the metal stairs. To the right side, you see this little mausoleum, and there is a switch right next to it. Turn around, and on your right side, you see two lights. In there is the library, which we're going to go in there a lot. On the left side of the library, there is this rocket ship, and there is a switch here. Switch that on. Make your way back towards the library, and you see these pillars. And in between the pillars, there is a well. And behind the well is a switch. Turn to the right, and we're going to make our way down the hill. And towards this like makeshift building is a switch. Turn around to the left, and you go to this lodge, and there is a switch right here as well. Just switch it on. As soon as you have that, we're going to make our way towards the library. As we make our way to the library, in front of us there are burnt books. We're going to have to interact with those. Those are going to help us with the puzzles, which we're going to be doing soon. And I'll be putting up diagrams and etc. up when we get to those certain puzzles, so it can help you out. If my words don't help you, I put some words up and I put a diagram up as well. So we were going to go to this map that's in this room, and you're going to see all these switches that we pulled. And the way we're going to have to interact with these is that we're going to hold A on this dial, and we're going to turn it with the right thumbstick. If you move with the left thumbstick, it's going to take you out of it. But if you move with the right thumbstick, you could turn it, and we're going to turn it to the gears first. And simply what we're going to do is just get out of it. And you see this little painting on the left side. Pull it. Make sure it's on the left side of the book, of the books. Right when you pull it, it's going to lower the books, and make stairs. We're going to go back here. We're going to go into this elevator. Close the elevator door, and we're going to hit the elevator button, which is going to take us to the library. We're going to do this there's 4 areas we're going to have to do this for, so we're going to come up here 4 times. We're in the tower. And make sure it's either you take a note of this or you take a picture, as I'm going to be taking pictures every time. You just take pictures of that solution right there, because we're going to need it later on to complete the puzzle. 125, 313. It's completely different from mine and yours because we're playing randomized, but I'm going to tell you how to do it, how to complete it. Go back downstairs. Open the elevator door and make your way towards the map. I had a little glitch. I was trying to figure out how to turn it. I point it towards the little pirate ship that was in the docks. Go back into the elevator. And we're going to be lifting up. This one is going to be dates. So make sure you definitely, either you write this down, write down the notes that you have. But before we do that, we're going to go into our settings. And just hit, like I said before, I didn't hit it right now. But what you want to do is hit dialogue, subtitles if you want to. And what you want to do is display gameplay context subtitles. And if you want to do it real faster in the, I believe it's display or gameplay, hide vehicle transitions. It goes a lot faster when you're going up and down. Here's the dates. I'm going to go back into the settings, so don't worry about it, and show you it again. But here's the dates. Make sure to take a picture of it. When we go to the puzzles, I'm going to show what I took a picture of, and you should know what picture what I'm referencing. Go back down the elevator. Open the door, make your way back towards the library. Go to the map. And we're going to go to the lodge. Make your way towards the elevator. And this one's going to give us a vault code. When you reach the top, I'm going to pull out my settings. Because you can't pause it when you're in the elevator for some reason. And controls, we're going to go to hide vehicle transitions. I think it goes faster. At some locations it does. Right here, when you circle around, we're going to get the vault code, which is 402. It could be different for yours or the same. After that, we're going to make our way downstairs towards the library. And hit this map. We're going to go towards the rocket, as I'm struggling to do it. Once you do it, back out, and we're going to go upstairs. So this one's going to tell you vaults, which is very simple. I'm going to be putting up the number. I'm going to be putting the numbers when we go to the machine. And it's very simple. I'm going to put, like I said before, I'm going to put a diagram. So it should be really easy to see. Once you open the doors, circle around, you see the vaults. As mine right now is 41. I had it before and it was 38. It should be no problem. All you have to do is just add it up to that number. As I take a picture right now. What do you want to do? Just go back downstairs. And if you overcharge, you will see when it overcharges. I didn't put it in this one. But if it overcharges the left number, not the left number. Once you add up the volts on the left number, and then if the left, what do you call it? You'll see it. When you overcharge, the middle number will never change. It will stay at 0. If you overcharge it, it will stay at 0 no matter how much you change on the left side of the volts. Once you come out here, you have 2 paintings. The left painting was the one that lets you open up the bookcase. What we're going to choose is the right painting. Right when you pull it, it opens the door behind you and closes the bookcase. And we're going to make our way through. And we're going to make our way down the hill towards this makeshift building, this brick building. Make your way down. As you make your way down, there is a button towards the store. Hit the green button. And just press A to interact. As you can see, there's 2 numbers on the left and middle, and the way to power up these numbers are on the items on the right. As you click it, they add up, and if you overcharge, the middle numbers, the middle, which is would go to 0, no matter how much you add up on the left. So I'm going to put it up. And right when you find the information, once you add it up, you could just put it in a calculator. It doesn't matter. Just find the numbers that add up to your number. As for me, it's 41, as I put it in the top left corner. And I chose these numbers. And you should get your achievement. And once you power it up, what you want to do is just make your way back upstairs. And I'm going to show you what will happen if you, what do you call it? If your thing blows up, your fuse goes out. All you do, just come back here, go past the pillar. I feel like I went a little bit too fast, so I backed up. So just go past this pillar. And you see this wire. There's 2 of these. You're going to have to flip 2 switches. And you have to climb up this ladder. And flip it. And make your way down, and then you have to turn to the left, and there's another one right there towards the rocket, and there's another one. But since, let's say you completed it, when you completed it, just make your way towards the library, and right over here at the bookcase, you will see that there is not blown books, but the bottom left one, there is a blue book that has a crystal. Swap all the way to the right, and you'll get to this piano. I went a little bit too far. And take a picture of this piano because we're going to need it. And once you take a picture, make a note, make your way towards the rocket. I was getting my notes ready. Press the button to go inside. And on the left is what we're going to have to put in the code. Before we do any of this, before we touch anything, make sure you make a save. Because there is an achievement if you complete this on the first time. If you mess up one time, you can just reload the save. So the one on the left is what we're going to need to enter. But on the right, we have this piano here. And using that code that we got from the book, which tells us the piano keys, which is right there in the top left, we have to put in that code. With that, every time we press the key, it's going to tell you a note. So like G#1. And all you have to do is put it into your notes. And we're going to reflect that into the other one. After you discover what the keys are on that piano, as for me, it's G sharp 1, D sharp 2, C sharp 2, D sharp 1, and F1. As when we get over here, what you're going to do is move the slider by using the D-pad. We're going to move up, and you just have to put it in the order that you found on the keys, which is from that map, the diagram from the book. As I have G sharp 1, once I have it, just press right on the D-pad and make it and push it all the way up to the one that you need, as I need D sharp 2. And I need C sharp 2. D sharp 1. And then F1. And all you have to do is make sure that you have the right ones. When you go to certain ones, if you go too fast or sometimes it doesn't switch, make sure to hit RT and it plays that specific sound that you have over. As you can see, if I go too fast, it's not going to show itself until I hit RT. And once you have it, you just want to go to the lever and hit RT, and it's going to push itself up, aka the trigger, and it's going to play itself, unlocking a Splunk. And it's going to give you achievement. Hit the book by pressing A, and it's going to open up. And we're going to go inside the book. This is the hardest one out of all of them, which is, it's simple. Once you go inside the book, we're going to open up the door and you're going to see you're in a different world. You're basically inside the book. That's basically what it is. Take a left, turn to the left, press the button to let you out. And follow the walkway. And you see these stairs, we're going to take it up there. But before we do that, towards the right side, you'll see the store. And this is where we're going to have to put all the informations of the sounds around the area in. But you will see in a second what I mean by that. Come all the way up these stairs. Make your way all the way back here. And there's these two collectibles we're going to be grabbing, which are red pages and blue pages. These are bad endings, but they unlock achievements, as you see right there. Just pick it up and you see where they get it. What you're gonna do is that once I eventually pick it up, you hit this button, which is water running, and you have to walk all the way around and press all the sounds, which is going to activate this microphone, which is going to let off a signal. And we're going to have to go to the center to scan all these signals, which is very simple. Just simply walking around, make your way back, and just circle around these rocks. We're going to climb up these stairs, and we're just going to hit this button, which has lava rumbling, which is down there. You see the microphone, you see the antenna. Make your way, just turn around, you see the giant clock. Hit this button. And right when you do that, just quickly just turn to the left. And on your right side, there is a bunch of big crystals. And at the crystals, there is a red page. Hit the button, and it should activate it. Turn around. And right when you turn around, instead of going left, take a right. And go up these stairs. And this is where we're going to need to go to the center. This is where the wind is at. Go down these stairs and hit the button. You can see the ladder right there. That's where we're going to have to go to. Hit it and go make your way down the ladder. And right when you get down the ladder, on the left side of the ladder, there is a switch, which is going to turn on the lights. And when you turn on the lights, a group of bats are going to start flying at you. Make your way down the tunnel. And on the other side of the tunnel, there is a ladder. Climb up, and now you're in the center. Once you climb up, turn to the right, climb up some stairs, and open up this container. And this is a scanner. Once you hit, we're gonna start from the left side, which is water, and hitting these buttons to the left or right. It doesn't matter, but you see these signals that are shown right there. If you go over it, it's going to tell you what it is at the top. If you have gameplay, hopefully you have gameplay dialogue on, which is going to tell you what it is. As this is wind blowing, we're not on wind blowing, but we're going to keep going. You go left or right, it goes the exact same way. It just goes reverse or the other. Hiding behind the trees is water, so it's really hard to see. So be careful with that. And it's going to make a water noise. It's simply just finding the antennas and try to get it all scanned. In front of the trees, as you can see the antenna right there, is lava rumbling. Go to clock, and we're going to have to find the clock tower. As you can see right there, you can see the clock and the antenna right there. And you have broken clock sounds. Go to the crystals. As we're already in front of the crystals, so just simply take a right. And we have the stereo crystals down. Go to the wind. And it's just all by itself. It doesn't matter which way you go, left or right. And simply where you see this gust of wind is the wind, blowing wind. So once you have it all connected, what you want to do is hit this middle button, which has it's just basically E. And right when you hit it, make sure you take a note of this. You can record it. You can hit it as many times as you want. Once you hit it, it's going to tell you a certain pattern you have to put at the door. So it could be water, crystal, clock, and whatever. So right now I have water, lava, wind, clock, and crystal. I'm going to have to input that code into the door. Just take note, because it could be completely different from mine. It could be to yours. So you can have many times as you want. It won't do anything. Once you take note of that information, you can record it like I did. You're gonna make your way downstairs. Not downstairs, down the ladder towards the other end of the tunnel and climb back up. And we're gonna make our way towards the door. Once you climb up the ladder, just simply go up the stairs and just soak your way back to the crystal, or to the door, per se. You see the clock tower, we're almost there, and we're going to simply go to this machine, and we're going to interact with it. The way how it's going to work is that all of them are playing wind right now. As you can see right there, wind, and the only way you can change that is by the dial. As right now, I need to change it to water. And I'm looking at my notes and seeing which one do I need to change it to, and it's water. And then I'm going to the second one, which is lava. I need to change it to lava now. For the third one, it's wind. I skipped over wind. So right here, you're going to see that I accidentally made a mistake. And I accidentally went towards clock. So I'm basically behind one. I'm gonna realize it right when I did crystal. And I'm questioning. I was like, wait a second. I have wind left, but wind is not the last one. That's weird. So now I was like, oh, okay. I made a mistake. What a stinker of me. As I'm checking, I realized that I made a mistake. And I was like, oh, I gotta change it back to 1 now. There's no, if you do it 1 time and it's over. This is not one of them. But we are going to one where we're gonna go into a maze where you cannot make any mistakes. So I'm gonna tell you to save it before we get onto the train, and you have to go in certain directions. I'm gonna put the directions on the screen. What each sound does. So what happens as I have all of them, you're gonna hit the red button, and it's gonna check it. But going back to what I was saying, is that it's gonna play a sound, and I have these sounds up, and those sounds lead to a direction. No matter what direction you're facing, you have to go in that direction. So it could be clink, whatever, and that means north, or spin is east. I mean, not east, west. And you're gonna have to go west. So right when you open the store and you walk in, what do you want to do? Save. And right when you save, you just want to go to the machine. This is me looking at my notes and seeing what was the directions. Once I figure out the directions, what you want to do is I'm going to put the directions up in a second. What? Right here, the red button that's below, that's going to tell you the sound. So if you don't know what the sound is or you need to replay it, you hit that. The one on the left is to move up and down, but you don't ever want to go back up, or it's going to... You don't want to go down. You don't want to go back, is the problem. Is that if you go back, then it voids the achievement. So don't ever go down with that. You could go up. That's the only thing you can go, is go up. And if it says south and it's like right behind you, you physically have to turn all the way down to the right to go south. There's no backing up. As for example, clink. Clink is north. It's shown right here. Spin is west. Exhaust is east. And cowbell is south. Spin, we're going to go to the west. And if there's times, which is right at the end, where it'll start playing 2 sounds, and it's like northeast, or northwest, or etc. This one's the spin sound, so we're already west. We're going to go up. If you go west for a little bit, it's going to instantly restart you at north. So make sure you're paying attention at the dial. It's spin. We're going to go west again. So when there's 2 sounds, it's mostly you should figure it out. It should be if it's northeast, it's going to be clink and exhaust. Or clink and spin for northwest. See, it just resetted me to north, and what we're gonna do is go west, which is spin. It resetted me, and we're gonna go all the way to the left. Clink, we gotta go north. Even though we were just at north, which sucks. As you can see, that there's two sounds. Clink and exhaust. And this is what I was talking about, which is going to be clink and exhaust. And we're going to go to northeast. For the exhaust sound, we're going to go to the east. For clink, we're going to go the north. Clink, which is north. We're going to come back to these directionals again. There's one that has a compass, and there is one at the gear station. We have clink. We have clink and exhaust, so we're going to go northeast. And normally this takes like 8 minutes. To 2 or less. It's 8 minutes or less. For the exhaust sound and cowbell sound, so that's going to be southeast. Still southeast. And this is when we're going to get our achievement. Never lost. Make it through the maze of the Selenitic. I can't say it without making a mistake. Basically, right when you're done with this, once this stops loading, what you're going to do is come out of the train. And you got your weekly. I got my weekly. Just move and it gets you out of this. You want to get out of the train and you're just going to make your way forward. You're going to see some crystals. We're going to walk across this bridge. You're going to see some lava. And on this pedestal is the book, which is going to take us back to the Myst Island. Once you click it and go through, once the game loads, you're going to get your achievement. I can't Selenitic. I can't say it. So every time when you spawn here, it's going to spawn you in front of these books. You could put down the pages, just don't put them in. Because if you put them in, it's going to lead to one of the endings. But we're going to save it at the end, so you could just reload, do one of the endings, load, and do the other. There's 4 endings. So what we're going to do is run down the hill towards the clock tower. And there is a specific time, as I'm going to put it right here. Using your picture, mine is 1:25, but looking at this little contraption that we're at right now, the lower little circle contraption thing turns it by hourly, so I'm going to change it to 1, and then the big one, which is the minute sign, we're going to change it to 25. And once you have it set at your time, hit the button at the bottom, and it's going to pull up some gears. It's very simple. So the smallest one is the hour, the big one is the minute sign. It's basically like a regular clock. There is a switch right there, but that's when we do our speed run. It doesn't do anything right now. We're going to open up the door by pressing the yellow button, and we're going to come into this room with the contraption. My number is 313, and the way for this to work is when you interact with this, the left lever interacts with the middle and bottom number. if it's not at your number, as I'm gonna flip it and I'm gonna show you right now. Messes with the bottom and top. And the right one messes with the middle and top. If you pull, I'm gonna pull this back once so I can give it the 3. And I'm gonna swap it to the right one. And the difference is this one is that if you hold it, the second one will constantly keep moving to the number you want. So I'm gonna flip this to I'm gonna flip the first one to number 2, and then I'm gonna hold it down until the second one gets to number 1. The third one never switches with the right one. And now watch the magic as I hold it down. There we go. Let go. And now you got your achievement. Can operator. Can opener. Now the giant gear that's all the way over there is now open. We can now go inside that book. But before we do that, we're gonna go to this lodge cabin. This little lodge, the cabin. And we're gonna come inside. And using that little vault, we're gonna be coming in here. And this code is right here, which is 402. As I enter the code information, I was pulling up my phone at this moment, but as I put it up, it's 402. Just turn it like how you did with the other dials, and once you're done, come down and pull the lever, and it's gonna open up, and you get your achievement. And then in here, we're gonna flick this, which is gonna ignite the fire. The fire is on right now. I was confused why. But it's on right now. And you just want to come to this right side where this turn is at. This wheel is at. And what you want to do is turn it counterclockwise. Don't do what I'm not kind of clockwise. Clockwise. And if you do it clockwise, don't do what I was doing. I was doing it counterclockwise. I was like, whoa, why is it not working? You got to do it clockwise, and until you're going to make it work. If you turn it counterclockwise, you turn off the gas. You need to turn it clockwise to turn on the gas, and it's going to push the tree that's outside, as I've shown, up. I'm thinking that the fire's not on for some reason. It is on. I'm turning it the wrong way. And if you know you're turning it the right way, if you want it for the gas to turn on, you just need to turn it clockwise. On these thing, once you have the gas on, it's gonna go to the right constantly. See, I'll turn it clockwise, and you can see the gas is gonna be coming out rapidly instead of turning off. And you can hear the tree in the background, and it's going up. And once it rises up, you want to go inside of it and ride it to the top. Now it's going to give you achievement. Takes a little bit. We're going to go inside, and it's going to teleport us to the top if you have the high transitions. And what you want to do is go and hit the button on your left side. And now we're done here. We're going to come back here, and we're going to turn off the gas to go downstairs. To go downstairs where the original door was at. What we're going to do is make it to this mausoleum, and we're going to use that date code that we got from earlier. Press the button right next to the door, come inside, and do a U-turn, and there is a light switch. It's not really a light switch, it's just a button that turns off the lights. And this is the dates you're going to have to put in. Yours is completely different to mine, but this is what it should be. Basically what we're going to do is that you see there's a little pull lever on the left side. We're going to pull that all the way up to the month. But since we're already at January, I don't need to switch it to that. So you use the up and down arrow to change the numbers, and I changed it to 17. The up and downs are the ways that you change the numbers. Left and right are the ways you change a certain part of a date. And 5:46 a.m. And all we're just doing is filling it out. This is by 24-hour time. It's not, you can't put AM or PM. It's 24-hour time, and it's gonna hopefully have that filled down, or just pull up a 24-hour thing. Once you have it, what you want to do is hit the white button, and it's going to travel you over there. And you want to take a picture. As you hit the white button, it's going to take you to a certain place. Take out your phone and take a picture of that solar system. And you have to do this for all three, and you're gonna get a. You have to use these. You have to use a book that's in a library, which is gonna tell you which thing you need to turn on, which is gonna raise up a ship. The next one is in January, so I'm just gonna still in January, so I'm just gonna go to the second one and put it to 13. I'm gonna change the first one to 3. The second one to 8. And the last one to 2. The last one is 8:09. So 8 o'clock p.m. is 20. And I'm just going to change it to 09. And I'm going to hit the white button. The enter button, basically. Take out your phone or jot it in your notes of what the solar system, or of what the solar system looks like. I'm going to take it all the way to the top. We're going to change it to February 3rd. Change to 5, 0, 1, 0. Bring it down to the bottom, which is 3:12 a.m. We're just gonna bring that up to 3, and then move it to the right, and we're gonna hit 12. And this is going to show us the last one, which you're going to, once you hit that, it's going to give you the achievement for Stargazer, which is basically saying that you saw all three of them that you needed to do. And once you take that picture, move out of here, turn on the lights, and leave the area, and we're going to go straight towards the library. Words a bit. So, once I take a picture of it, we're going to go straight towards the library. There we go. There goes the light. Hit it. And that's going to open up the doors. Go into the library. And to these burnt books, it's the one that's at the top right. And right when you grab it, make sure it has the picture of a lighthouse on it. And once you click it, we're going to go all the way towards the right. And using the pictures that you found, you should be able to get the ones you need. Basically, what you need to do is find during the little Stargazer thing, the little Exelon stuff in the galaxy, the stars, you have to, the constellations, basically. You have to match the constellations, and easier to match to the items that are at the bottom. As I'm going to show right here, I'm going to show you mine, and then you look at yours and see if you find anything different. They're all on this page. They're shown right here. I have the snake. the cross. And surprising that they're all one page. And I have the bird. And basically, you don't have to put them in any specific order. All you have to do is put them in. So basically, once you find your 3, you want to exit the book and go towards the columns that's outside, the pillars that are outside, and between them where the well is. There's these little switches, these little machines, and you just turn the knob, and it's going to show you the icon that you have. So that's the eye. There goes the snake. So you just leave it on if it's your item. That's a bug. I don't need that. That's the anchor. I don't need that. You just turn them off if you don't need them. It's an arrow. It's a leaf. That's the cross. And this is the bird. And once you do that, it's going to raise and you're going to get an achievement. Raise the sunken ship. Now we're going to go... We're not going to do these 2 first. We're not going to do the gear and the ship first. We're going to I'm jumbling my words back again. Go into the lodge area and we're going to turn off the gas. And when we turn off the gas, we want to quickly make your way to the tree so you could go underneath the ground. So turn it counterclockwise. Turn around, go U-turn, go straight for the tree before it drops. And right when you go inside, it should just teleport you to the bottom. Instead of you just waiting. Once you're down here, just simply go around to the pedestal, open the book, and go inside. When you go inside the book, you're going to spawn right here and keep on going straight. Do not turn. And you want to make your way to the windmill. At the top of the windmill, you just want to turn this lever. That's right here. And just simply just turn around. This is going to let the pipe go rolling. Do not turn that. Do not pull that. But you just want to let the water keep going and then turn around. You have gameplay dialogue on. You can see it will be helpful to see which one where the pipe water is flowing. And it will turn off if there's no water flowing in that general direction. So right here in the first one, we're eventually going to come back to that little spiral staircase because that's where we're going to need to go eventually. But make sure you turn it to the left first, which is the first one. Make sure you turn it to the left. Make sure it's going to the right. To the right. And to the right again. Go into this elevator. And press the switch. And you're going to be teleported to the top. Open up the door. Simply just go straight. The collectibles are all on the 3rd floor, so I'm not really worried about it. Go right. Take another right. Take another right. Take a left. And now you're at a dead end, but at that dead end, there is a switch right on the right side. There's a switch. Right across from the switch is a door that's going to be open, and that's towards the spiral staircase, and we're going to go to the spiral staircase. So just turn back around, go right. Instead of left, which is the way we came from, we're going to go right. Go right. Go straight. Take a right. And now we're at the spiral staircase. The elevator is dead because we don't have water running to it. So make your way down the spiral staircase And right at the bottom, there is a switch. Flip the switch and it's going to open up this gate. Now we're going to make our way all the way back here to the first one, which I told you what we're going to need to turn. So just simply take it to the right. Now run your way all the way back up to this top of the staircase. And take a U-turn, open up the elevator door, close it, and flip the switch. Open up the door, take a U-turn, go across the bridge, and this is where one of the papers are at. One of the brothers' rooms, which both of them are brothers. Right next to the bed, there is a dresser. Open it, and there should be a red page. If it's not here, it's either in the other dressers, but that's where it's always spawning at every time I do this. Turn around, come out here. Instead of going to the elevator, we're going to go across, and it's basically just a straight line towards the other brother's room. Open up the door. He's going to be speaking a foreign language. Open up the door and make it across to the other brother's room. Open up the door. And on the table on the right side is the blue paper. Right when you pick it up, go into the left corner of the room. And there is this contraption. Just simply click the 4th button. And you're going to get an achievement. He is preparing. Open up the door and just make your way towards back to the elevator. There's really nothing up here besides that one achievement and the 2 pieces of paper. Close the door. Flip the switch. And now since we got the 2 things, we're just going to make our way out of this area. Now since we're down here by the first switch, we're going to make it go to the left. Make it go to the left again. Make sure it's going to the right, not the left. And it's going to be able to activate this switch. And it's going to raise this platform. And once the platform's raised, go across it. Just go all the way around. This is really a linear path. And instead of going towards straight to the elevator, take it right. And turn this switch. And it's going to let you bring water over here to power the elevator. So just simply go back where you came from and go across the platform. What I did is I went towards the second switch, not the first one, the second switch. And we're going to turn it to the right one. You can see the first one right there. We're going to go to the second switch, turn it to the right. Turn it to the right. Make sure it's still on the right. Go to the left. And it's filling up, going straight to the elevator. So just simply make your way back towards the elevator. Go across the platform and go to the elevator. Which is not really that long. It's like a 30-second walk. If you're running. Go inside the elevator, open up the door, go inside, close it, flip the switch. Open up the door, and right in front of you on the table is the book. Enter it, and you get your achievement. Once you get a chance to move, turn around, go to the left, go down the hill, and not towards the ship, but up the stairs to the gear. We're going to do the ship last. Take a left, and right here is the gear. Is the book. Open up the book and go inside. We're going to go into a circle. We're going to, this whole thing is just basically you move it. You have to move it into a circle. You move the whole thing basically. There's like this little platform in the middle you have to turn. You see it. And you have to enter these two, a code right there for you to exit. This is a shifting platform as we're right here. And you just have to go into the middle and just shift it around. So, right, we need to go over there. We just need to turn it. Simply walk inside, go to the right side. And right when you come in here, on the left side, there is this little cabinet with a blue button. You're going to hit that blue button. And this little secret area is going to open up. If you don't make it in time, it's going to close. So just simply hit it again. And right when you walk in on the left side on this little shelf, this work shelf, is a blue page. Keep on going. And we have this little section right here that's in the middle. That's where we're going to go in a second. But make your way all the way into this room with the throne chair and the telescope, which does have an achievement to it. But to the throne chair, there is a checkerboard little thing. Hidden underneath it is a button. Hit the button and it's going to open up a secret door. And walk in, and on the left there is a red page. Walk back to the center of the room, into the center of the hallway, where you can see the elevator. We're going to hit the button. It's going to lower down to a staircase. And at the bottom, we're going to have to pull this lever, and we're going to have to center it. Align it, basically. Since I held it on for too long, it didn't align. So I'm going to have to redo it again. I let it go too early, so I'm going to let it go for a little bit and then drop it. Once it's aligned, what you want to do is make your way up, turn around, bring the staircase up to the walkway so you can walk on it, walk across to the elevator, and we're going to hit up on the elevator. When it closes, we're going to get to the top. And when we get to the top, we're going to hit the middle button, the rectangle. Or when you hit it, instantly walk out and the elevator is going to lower itself. So these two switches, the one on the left puts it in brake. So if you pull it back, the left one all the way back, it puts it in brake. If you push it up, you could move it now. So right when you push it up, on the right one, if you push it up, it moves. So when you need to set it down, you just pull it back. Like this. And when you pull it back, it's going to play a sound, which is the cowbell sound, which is the directions that we had before. But it shouldn't be no problem because we're just going to go in a circle anyways. So we're just going to lift it up, lift the right one up, and simply, as you turn it, just simply drop it as fast as you can. And once you pull it back, it should say the exhaust sound. Hit the back up a little bit, hit the yellow button on the right side, walk into the elevator, and go downstairs. We're going to simply do this a whole bunch of times, but we should get it done easily. It will save us a bunch of time. Make your way out, left or right, it doesn't matter because they both end at the exact same point. Once we're out here, you can see that it has changed. We're going to make our way up these stairs, and on the scare pedestal, there is a code. Make sure you take a picture because that's going to unlock the door for us to exit this area. Once you take a picture, make your way towards the elevator once again, left or right, it doesn't matter. We still go the exact same way. Go upstairs. Hit the middle button. Let's wait for the sucker to drop. Once it drops, make our way through the thing. We're going to lift it up again, and we're going to keep going to the next one. You don't have to hold it for that long. Just drop it as quickly as you can. Once we have the clink, go down. So now we're in the north. When we get to spin, there's an achievement. We're going to go make our way out, and we're going to get to the second gear. The only reason I keep looking at the telescope is because there is an achievement, but that's only when we get to spin. Once we come out here on the gear pedestal is the final part of our solution to exit the area, which is the circle with spikes. Once you take the picture, make your way back to the elevator for us to do the completion of this area. And get the other achievement, which is Bob's skeleton. Come to the middle, hit the up arrow, hit the middle one, and it's gonna lower. Make sure you save the game because there is a chance that it will, the achievement won't pop. So let's save it before I get there. There's a chance it won't, but there's a high chance it won't. But just do it just in case if the achievement doesn't pop when you get to spin. Hit the yellow button. And go downstairs. Right when you get downstairs, do not go to the right, but instead go to the left, to the telescope room, and look into the telescope, which is right there. And you can see the skeleton right there. And once you look at it, you should get the It's Bob achievement. Achievement! Make your way up to the final time, up the elevator. Hit the up arrow, as it does get repetitive, because I know you're probably wondering, can you please stop talking? Come outside. Hit the yellow button. Never mind, don't hit the yellow button. I legit just froze here. Hit the middle button. Don't hit the yellow button, because if you just hit the yellow button, it's not going to go down. As it goes down, simply just set it up to cowbell. If you hold it on for too long, then it's going to go past it, and then you're going to have to do the whole circle again. Go down the elevator, and we're going to go towards the solution. We're going to go to the thing we have to enter the solution, and I'm going to put it up once we get to it. Which is right here. Once you have your code, which is the one on the left, you can see how they lined up. On the ones that are on the left goes to the left, and the one on the right goes to the right. Which is the circle with spikes, half circle, and circle with spikes. Hit the yellow button and make your way down and activate the book. And go inside and you should get your achievement. And now we're into the final area. Which is the ship. Which is the one that I did struggle with slightly, but I'm going to help you guys out, as I'm going to show you guys a compass which it's basically the rose compass. That's what they use here. Make your way towards the ship and go to the captain's quarters, which is right when you get onto the ship. Take a right, go down the stairs, open up the door, and on the pedestal is a book. Go inside the book, and we're inside. Once inside, we're sort of looking at a part of a ship. So, towards where the umbrella is the flooding controls. Everything around us is flooded. This tunnel is flooded, which we're gonna need to go to. That lighthouse is flooded, etc. So we're gonna go to this place where there is an umbrella. Activate this, and what we're gonna do is hold A on this and bring it to the right side, and we're gonna pump it by using this pump. Right when you pump it, what this is gonna pump is the lighthouse. But before we do that, we're gonna go all the way up these stairs, and you're gonna see this little telescope thing. This telescope, and we're gonna go towards the lighthouse. Once we go to the lighthouse, this is going to tell us the degrees we're gonna need. This is like 120, 120, 125. And once you make sure you write this down or take a picture, it's like 120, 125. It's completely different. I had on my other run, I had 260, but it determines what you get. Once you do that, make your way back down the stairs. Take a left and go into this lighthouse. But before we're gonna make our way down these stairs, and we're gonna have to flood it again. But in this barrel, we're gonna go around the barrel, drain the water that's in the barrel. And once you drain the water, what do you want to do? Once it's all done, you're gonna plug it up so no more water could go inside, and you're gonna make your way up. And we're gonna pump the tunnel, because that's the next area we're gonna go to. And this is it's timed, because the power is slowly draining out. So what we're going to do is pick it up and bring it down to the middle, and we're going to pump it. The one on the left is the ship, which is right here, but we need to do the compass first. Make your way to the lighthouse, and you can see that the barrel has flown up here with the chest. Use the key to unlock the chest. And the key is inside, which is going to lock the ladder, which is to our left. Once you use the key, it's going to open up, climb up, and there is a generator. You're probably going to come up here again, because we're going to go for the collectibles first before we do the compass. Activate this generator. It's first going to turn off. Everything's going to go black, and just keep doing this until that right side goes green. Climb down the ladder. We're going to do this real quickly. Turn around. Go towards this tunnel. It doesn't matter which way, because they both go the exact same way. They do end up in a certain place at the center, which is where the compass is. We're not going to show in a second, as I went right past it. There we go. There goes the compass. Keep going down here, and pull up the lever. And in the book, in the little, what do you call it? I legit just fried the drawers. There are a page. There is a page. There goes the yellow page. There goes the red page. It's in the middle. Make your way towards the compass, so we could go to the other brother's room, where we could get the blue page. You can see the compass right there. Instead of going left, that's going to take you back up to the lighthouse where the ship is at. We're going to take a right, and we're going to go down the stairs, and we're going to pull this lever. And I always had this here. It could be different. Go to the right side, and on the top right, it's always there. I don't know why, but it could be different, but it's always there for me. Now we're going to make our way to the compass. And there's only two ways the power could go out: if you hit the wrong one, or if you take too long. It always starts at here where this point is. That's 0, and it circles all the way around to do a 360. I'm not gonna put it up yet. I'm gonna wait till I come back down because before I got the chance to put it up, before I got the chance to do it, the power went out. I'm trying to figure out which number I need to do, which is 125 or 120. You can see the screen goes black. That means the power is off. All the lights are off as well. And the only light is from the center of the compass. This is me trying to figure out which one it is. Make your way back. It doesn't matter which way. You pull the switch, you're just going to make your way up. Up the stairs. And this is where we came down of. Make your way to the lighthouse. Climb to the top of the lighthouse. And just spin this sucker. When I get to the compass, I'm going to put a freeze frame on the compass so you get a full view of it, which is right now. I'm going to stop it. Right after that, once we get here, the yellows are 90s, the oranges are like halfway, so like 45, and the black ones are like 20 and a half, 22 and a half. But since you click it, mine was 125, and I just clicked it between the orange and the black. And that's how I got mine. Not really descriptive, but hopefully that little compass would help you out, as it did help me. So make your way back. Make your way back up the stairs, and we're gonna pump it to the left side. And if you did, because this did take me a few tries, I cut it to the point where it's smooth. It took me a few tries to figure it out. Until I found the compass, and that's when I got it my first try. Go up, go left, and start pumping. Go down the stairs in the ship. Pull up the door. Go down the stairs and press the button that's on the table, and it's going to reveal the book. Open the book and go inside. Get your achievements. Now, since we're done, we're going to spawn right here. And now we got to go into the fireplace. Before we do that, we need to interact with the book that's in front of us. I put the pages down. There's one more page left, and it's behind the fireplace, but you need the book. So you need the book. While I'm placing these pages down, you're going to have to go to the book, which it's at the bottom right of the burnt bookcase. And right when you interact with it, it's like a little grid, so you know which book you're looking for. It's a grid, and you want to turn till you get to the page 158. There's a grid named 148. Both of the brothers, who are the enemies of this game, 158. Luckily, it just turned to this page. Lovely. What 158? That's the code. It's going to be completely different from yours and mine, but that's what the one you want to change to. It's 158. Once you get the code, make sure you take a picture of it. Open up the bookcase, go inside, close the door by hitting the red button on the left side. And right when it closes, you just want to put in the code that you have. Once you put in the code, you're gonna get your achievement. You're gonna see 2 pages right here. Make sure you pick them up. Do not enter the green book. That's one of the endings. And instead, what you want to do is just turn around and interact with the lights and turn off one of them so you can go outside. And just activate the red button. And you're gonna have to redo that, but better safe than sorry. So, what you want to do is just save right here. I already put some books in a red book. Don't do what I did, but it doesn't matter. We're going to be getting both endings either way. So, right when you save it, just put the book in, and ending 1 will play. It doesn't matter which one. It could be blue book or red book. And you get your achievement. You're a fool.
I'm free.
Just load up the game. Go back to the save that you made. And do the exact same thing to the other book. So just simply turn around away from the red book and go straight for the blue book. Achievement. And now that's it. Now we're gonna go for the last bad ending, which is going into the green book. And then we're gonna have to do a speed run, which I'm gonna do it real slow.
Oh, yes.
So once you spawn in, then go back into the fireplace, put it back in your code. Once you activate it, open up the book, go inside. Walk up to the guy who's right there to the left. And you're just going to sit here and you're just going to get the achievement, which is called Roommates.
Ah, my friend, you've returned. We meet face to face. And the page, did you bring the page? You didn't bring the page. You didn't bring the page. What kind of fool are you? Did you not take my warning seriously? Welcome to Dunny. You and I will live here forever.
And now you should get your achievement. What you want to do is just back out of here. And I'm going to show you the speedrun route, what I'm going to be doing. We're showing you the slow route and then the fast route, what I did. Go to classic instead of randomized. And these are the solutions. Once after the intro, I'll start speaking right after the intro.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Once you get a chance to move, what you want to do is go straight towards the Myst book and go inside. But since I was looking at my notes and didn't notice that it started, here we go. You want to go inside. So what we're going to do is flip all the switches besides the one at the dock. So right when we start, we're going to run past the switch by the dock, and we're going to go instantly up to the gear. Make sure you have it set at running. When you do the speedrun, which you have to complete the game in 2 minutes, the timer doesn't start until you start to move on the dock. So we're going to skip that one that's right there. We're going to make our way towards the gear at the top on the right side. Flip it. Make sure you time the best way to save a bunch of time is if you switch it really fast, because when you're on the move you have like 2 minutes to do this. Flip this switch. Go towards the rocket and flip that switch. Go towards the center behind the well and flip that switch. Go to the makeshift building and flip that switch. What you want to do is go straight to the clock, but I didn't. I legit was mind blowing me. So what you want to do is just right after you flip the switch at the makeshift building, go straight to the clock. And you want to put the clock at 2:40. Once you have it at 2:40, hit the yellow button. Go back to the lodge and flip that. The only reason why you want to do that is because once you flip it, the gears will be rising up instead of you waiting. Flip the switch that's on the other side to the left side of the door. Make your way across and go towards the ship, the docks, basically. And we're gonna flip the switch right here, but instead of flipping it once, we're gonna flip it twice, and it's gonna reveal a white page. And this is gonna give you the found achievement. I was wondering why the achievement wasn't unlocked. So basically what you want to do is go inside, and you just want to go to the fireplace. Once you go into the fireplace, close it and enter this code. I recommend you just pause it right here once I enter the code, which is just 2 4s on the left. I recommend you start from right to left because you have to hit the red button to enter it, and you spam the sucker out of that book because you could be at least like 5 seconds before it disables. So freeze right here. Make sure you pause it. Here we go. That's the solution. Hit the red button. And quickly open up the green book and go inside. But there is, of course, you get another achievement once you go inside. You go to this guy who's back here. Which is the father. Once you interact with the page, you're going to get an achievement. Once he leaves and comes back, you're going to get a few achievements. Once he disappears, you're gonna be sitting here for like 30 seconds, I believe. And when he comes back, when he gives you the book, you just want to go back into Myst Island, and that's gonna get you your 25 achievement. And the last one is the speedrun. Which is very lovely. It took me 5 tries on the Xbox. It's extremely easier to do it on PC because you have that mouse weight movement. And you get your achievement. Know it all.
Sons to deal with. Oh, one more thing. I'm fighting a foe much greater than my sons could ever imagine. In the future, I may find it necessary to request your assistance. Until that point, I'm afraid you'll enjoy the explorations from my library on Myst. Thank you. The book. You can use the Myst linking book to return to Myst.
One after he's done talking, open up the book, go inside, and you're gonna get your last achievement. Now, after you get this achievement, you just have to do the speedrun. You can get 1,000. Denis. Now, since we're done with this, spawn here. We're gonna start a new game, and I'm gonna show you the speedrun tactic, which I did. Here we go, 25 out of 26. And the last one is the speed running. Go to new game, go to classic, and now I'm gonna start speed running through this. So you're gonna have to complete this and get the good ending in 2 minutes. And we're gonna be speeding through this as fast as we can. So better be holding up your butts. It's best to complete this on PC compared to having this on console. On console, you're gonna have to be holding up your butt. Compared to PC, you have these little mini mouse movements you could speed through. So right when you get to the island, we're gonna be going straight up. Make sure you have it on running, and the clock starts right when you get a chance to move. Not when it loads up. Right when you get a chance to move. Right when you get a chance to move, quickly make your way up to the right side of the gear. Flip that switch. Do not stay as long as you can. I would say like at least 2 seconds at least. Do not stay as long as possible. Flip the one by the Stargazer. Now make your way towards the rocket. And flip the switch. Make your way behind the well and flip the switch. Make your way to the makeshift building, flip that switch. Make your way to the clock. Change it to 240. I hate the tutorial, which you could turn it off because I cannot see this. Once it's at 240, hit the button. Make your way to the lodge and flip it. I flipped it too early, so I'd be waiting for the gears to rise up. Flip the switch that's by the door. Quickly make your way all the way towards the dock as quickly as possible. Flip it up and down to get the white page. Make your way towards the fireplace. This took me a few tries. You're not going to remember the code. This is going to take a few tries for you to remember it. Unless you did it prior to this. And you just constantly kept doing it until you remembered it. So 2 4s on the left. 2, 4 up on the side. And we're going to be going up and down right here. And once you enter the code, quickly turn around, and this is where your phone might go off. Right when you open the bucket, the spam A as fast as possible. Right when you hear that is when you get, before your clock goes out, you got the achievement. Your achievement! Hope you guys enjoyed the video. For more guides here, subscribe here. If you want me to go over a game, say it in the comments, and I'll be able to get it done in the next few days. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.